Before Elon Musk launched rockets, before Jeff Bezos built Amazon, there was a black king who dropped so much gold on his travels he crashed entire economies. This isn't mythology. It's Mansa Musa, the richest man to ever walk the earth and the legendary ruler of the mighty Mali Empire. But here's the twist. They won't teach you this in school, not in your history books, not even in your documentaries. Welcome to our channel, where we tell the untold stories of African greatness, raw, real, and rooted in royalty. These are tales of black excellence, power, legacy, and culture. The kind of stories meant to inspire, educate, and awaken pride in every soul across the diaspora. So before we dive into the gold, the glory, and the genius of Mansa Musa, do one thing. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, share with someone who needs to hear this, and tap the bell so you don't miss another drop of legendary African history. Now, get ready to journey back in time, when West Africa ruled the world and gold flowed like water. This is the story of the one and only Mansa Musa, the Lion of Mali. Born around 1280 CE in the heart of the vast Sahelian plains of West Africa, a child named Musa Keita came into the world. He was not born with a golden crown on his head, but he was destined to wear one that would gleam brighter than any before him. Musa was born into the Keita dynasty, a royal bloodline that traced its ancestry to the great Sundiata Keita, founder of the Mali Empire. His lineage, however, reached even further. Some griots claim it stretched all the way back to Bilal ibn Rabah, the Abyssinian companion of the Prophet Muhammad, and Islam's very first muezzin. Even as a young boy, Musa had the kind of eyes that didn't just see the world, they studied it. He grew up in Niani, the empire's capital, surrounded by whispers of gold, the scent of kola nuts, and the hum of scholars reciting ancient texts. His days were filled with lessons in the Quran, Arabic calligraphy, mathematics and geography, but also tales of warriors, spirits of the river, and the sacred laws of Mande tradition. Musa didn't grow up sheltered behind palace walls. He was sent on caravan journeys through the deserts, learning diplomacy from traders, resilience from nomads, and leadership from observing the elders. He watched his people work the mines, till the soil, and build cities from nothing but willpower and sun-baked clay. Though still young, he was deeply spiritual. He often retreated alone to pray or think, whispering words of reflection beneath baobab trees, already a boy of vision, guided by faith, and curious about the world beyond the horizon. But fate has a strange way of calling. When his older relative Mansa Abu Bakr II became obsessed with exploring the mysterious Atlantic Ocean, he appointed Musa as his Kankorosigui, or deputy ruler. And then, Abu Bakr vanished, sailing westward with hundreds of ships, never to return. Just like that, Musa, barely in his early 30s, was crowned Emperor of Mali. The weight of a nation now rested on his shoulders, and the eyes of his ancestors looked down upon him with expectation. And so began the reign of a man who would not only rule, he would redefine the meaning of wealth, power, and African legacy for generations to come. With the sun rising over the savannas and the crown of Mali resting upon his head, Mansa Musa stepped into his destiny, not with arrogance but with divine purpose. From the moment he took the throne in 1312 CE, Musa understood that his empire was not just a cluster of trading cities. It was the heartbeat of West Africa, pulsing with resources, tradition, and untapped brilliance. Under his leadership, the Mali Empire stretched from the Atlantic Ocean to Lake Chad, absorbing powerful cities like Gao, Walata, and the scholarly sanctum of Timbuktu. Musa was not just a conqueror. He was a builder, a visionary, and above all, a servant of God. At his side stood Queen Inari Kunate, a noblewoman as graceful as she was politically astute. She wasn't just a figurehead queen, she played a subtle yet strategic role in court affairs. Wherever Mansa Musa went, she often followed, even on the legendary Hajj, a testament to her strength and presence in a time where few women were seen as equals in empire. Their union was a partnership, both political and personal. While history doesn't detail much about their private life, oral traditions speak of a quiet, profound bond, one that reflected the Mande values of balance between power and wisdom, duty and love. Then came the event that would make Mansa Musa's name immortal. In 1324, the emperor embarked on the Hajj to Mecca, a journey no African ruler had made with such spectacle before. But this wasn't just a religious journey. It was a global announcement. Mali has arrived. Africa is not a shadow, we are the sun. He set off with 60,000 men, all clothed in fine fabrics and gold, 12,000 slaves, each bearing pounds of gold, and 100 camels, each loaded with up to 300 pounds of pure gold dust. As he passed through the deserts of the Sahara to Cairo, Medina, and finally Mecca, he stunned the world. In Cairo, he gave out so much gold in charity and gifts that he devalued the local currency for over a decade. Imagine that. One black man from West Africa, single-handedly altering the economic balance of a continent just by being generous. He met scholars, architects, poets, and jurists, inviting many to return with him to Mali. One of them, Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, became the chief architect of his court, helping design the famous Djenné Mosque and reshaping the face of Islamic architecture in West Africa. When Musa returned, he wasn't just richer in allies, he was richer in vision. He poured resources into cities like Timbuktu, Djenné, and Gao. He built madrasas, Islamic schools, libraries and mosques, institutions where African scholars would study astronomy, medicine, law, literature, and theology. Timbuktu became the intellectual capital of Africa, where people came from as far as Persia and Morocco to study. At the heart of it was Sankore University, which boasted thousands of manuscripts, many still being uncovered today. Musa's reign also revolutionized infrastructure. He improved roads, regulated trade, and created a robust tax system that maintained fairness across his vast empire. The legacy: Africa's forgotten king. Mansa Musa ruled until around 1337 CE, dying peacefully and leaving the empire at its absolute zenith. He was succeeded by his son, Mansa Musa, but no one could match his genius, foresight, and faith. His pilgrimage became legend. His wealth, still the greatest in human history, was estimated at over $400 billion USD in today's terms. But gold was not his greatest gift. His true legacy was how he redefined African identity, not as a land of darkness, but as a cradle of brilliance, wealth, culture, and divine wisdom. He reminded the world that Africa did not need validation. Africa was already enough. So next time someone asks who the richest man in history was, don't say Bezos, Musk, or Rockefeller. Tell them it was Mansa Musa, the Lion of Mali, a king who ruled with gold in one hand and the Quran in the other. These are the stories they won't teach you in school, but here we teach them proudly. Share this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more stories of African legends, black brilliance, and untold truths. And don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss a piece of the legacy. Until next time, stay rooted, stay proud, and stay legendary.